Giggity, giggity, giggity goo.
And now some tips for workers who are being forced to return to the office.
First of all, you'll need something to cover your legs and groin area. No, not a pillow. They're called pants. Make sure your pants come with a button and zipper, not a drawstring or elastic waistband. Secondly, you'll need to go back to taking showers. Yes, every day. With soap. The best thing about Zoom meetings was no one could smell you. And finally, the biggest adjustment will be commuting. You will curse and make cruel nicknames for other drivers. Don't feel guilty. They are also cursing and nicknaming you. On the plus side, all those extra hours spent in your car mean more time listening to the radio. Good luck returning to the office. Don't forget your pants.
This is not headline news. The Pope may step down due to health problems. And yes, the Vatican will replace him with Ryan Seacrest. Starbucks is cutting back on the number of their drinks, but they promise to keep misspelling your name on the cup. The Green Bay Packers have submitted a rule proposal to the NFL to prohibit the tush-push quarterback sneak commonly used by the Philadelphia Eagles. Kind of ironic a team called the Packers doesn't want butts to be pushed. And marijuana use among senior citizens is on the rise. In fact, now when many seniors complain about their joints, it's the ones other people in the retirement village are bogarting. This is not headline news.
Hoo-ah!
Present crisis, government is not the solution to our problem. Government is the problem.
This is Charlotte County Speaks, your chance to let your voice be heard on local, state, and national issues. And now, broadcasting live from a dumpy little warehouse behind a Taco Bell, the host of Charlotte County Speaks, Ken Lovejoy.
News Radio 1580 and 100.9 FM, WCCFradio.com. This is Charlotte County Speaks. I'm Little Kenny Joy, Little Mikey Imbasciani right over here.
Good morning.
Phone lines are open. Whatever you wish to discuss, 941-206-1580, toll free, 888-441-1580. Email address ccspeaks@live.com. Miss a show, head to our homepage, WCCFradio.com. Scroll down to the podcast section, and there we all be. What's going on there? How was the Fusion last night?
It was great. We had a really, really, really good crowd.
Yeah, good.
Thank you to everybody that showed up for that.
That was you and Michael Bear.
Me and Michael Bear,
Great keyboardist.
Oh,
awesome.
And it was so much fun. And, you know, we had a rehearsal for this because we'd never done anything like this before.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't played solo for a very long time. So a duo, though, is fun because you're still playing off of somebody and bouncing ideas off of each other. So we did a rehearsal like, what are we going to do?
Yeah.
And that was fun. And we said, okay, we feel good going into this, but it's still something different walking into it. I just got a new Martin acoustic. And so I brought my acoustic and I brought my Gretsch electric and a smaller amp. I'm like, all right, well, let me see whatever I want to do with it. And I played the acoustic all night.
Good.
So It was great. Everybody really enjoyed it. I was able to solo a lot, and Bear was soloing a lot because we're able to cover each other better rhythmically too.
Yeah.
To be able to
piano
have
and guitar.
Yeah, to be able to have it almost band-esque, just slightly lower volume. So it was fun. It was a lot of fun. We'll be back doing that on Tuesday, March 25th. from 5:30 to 8:30. And so, folks, come see my band this weekend, full band, Mike Imbasciani and his Blues Rockers, tomorrow, Thursday, the 27th, at Leroy's, back at Leroy's for the first time this year, from 8 to 11. Make your reservations. It fills up fast. Friday's a private show. Saturday's a private show, and we're already into March. So Sunday, March 2nd, join us at the Cars and Coffee event in
early one,
Northport, 8 a.m. start
8 a.m.
at the Hobby Lobby Coco Plum Plaza.
Better than 7:30
in Northport. It's true, 8 to 11. And Monday, March 3rd, join us at the stage doing our Paradise Found show, tribute to Jimmy Buffett, Glenn Campbell, and John Denver. Fun stuff.
Jimmy Buffett.
Yes. Hey, I played some of the Buffett stuff and the Glenn Campbell stuff last night. Got very good applause, and everybody greatly enjoyed so much. Enjoyed very much so all of the Glenn Campbell material. Anyway, so that's Monday, March 3rd at the stage.
So last night he was a lineman for the county.
I am a lineman for the county. Good song. And then Tuesday, March 4th. It is, truly is. Tuesday, March 4th, join us back at Imbasciani for our Simply Clapton show. Doors open at 5 o'clock. Show at 7:30. Dinner package ticket, Imbasciani.net for all of that. MikeImbasciani.com for the full show schedule. And check out the video of this show and previous weeks on the Freedom Chronicles Rumble page and YouTube channel.
All right.
Breaking news.
You already heard, but it's still fun to do that. Byron Donalds officially announced he's running. He will be our next governor of Florida.
I think so. Oh, but you know, but Casey DeSantis.
Once again, I don't think that her mustache or unibrow understands how she will be destroyed if she tries to run for governor.
Beehive. It's more of the hair. It's like the poofed up ponytail.
She let us know exactly who she was during her husband's ill-fated run for president.
Now it's my turn.
What she's saying. We don't need Karen.
No. We don't need a Karen
in Tallahassee.
Hillary. We don't need a Karen Hillary.
Seriously.
You know, because what does she know?
What has she done? What has she done?
Yeah.
I was on the news. My husband's governor. I survived cancer. You can't touch me.
I'm a mother.
I'm the next governor.
I'm a mother. What was that?
Yeah, well, Hobbs is doing so great out in Arizona, isn't she? Wretched Whitmer's just doing a bang-up job in Michiganistan. Hochul is just, tearing up New York. So really, don't get me started on this female energy crap.
How's the female governor of Maine doing?
Oh, yeah. So seriously, pump the brakes, Casey. Pump the brakes, please. Warlord Dilly on X will destroy you. Don't do it. Just don't do it.
Ooh.
Stay in your lane.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, absolutely no reason at all. And that Ron even did this, and the way that he threw shade towards Byron.
I didn't even hear it. I was like, I don't want to.
He was trying to, and it was that sing-songy hand-wavy, so that's when you know he's talking a load of BS when you see him do that. Yeah. And he's throwing shade at the guy who helped him.
Yeah. Of course. Of course.
To try
Are we surprised? No. Every time.
You guys don't know how bad it is at home. She's got to be governor. I'll never hear the end of it.
Yeah. Gee, Bill Clinton, is that you? Oh, no, it's just Tiny D. Is
Ron's name on Epstein's list? I had to get away.
Every time DeSantis is doing well, he has to mess it up somehow.
You know? I know. It's just like, hey, well, maybe he's turning still same Ron.
No, yeah. Mm. And you got to feel bad then for his lieutenant governor.
Well, look, no, I don't at all, because Nunes has really done her best to stay totally under the radar, so nobody really pays much attention to her.
She'll get some private sector
job. She doesn't get out much. She's not really, and when she does come out with something, it's like, oh yeah, well, big deal.
Go back to the shadows.
Yeah, get your PR person to come up with something better.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry. I'm just calling it like I see it, and I would not vote for her. It ain't gonna be Wilton freaking Simpson. And he's probably going to try and run too after his little one-term AG thing.
Oh yeah.
Ag Secretary. And Byron, to me, Byron fits the bill.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
And then it's just we got to find somebody to take his place in Congress.
That's it.
That's the problem.
Well, hopefully, it's just to the south of us.
Yeah.
And we've had those people on, so we know what the
situation is.
Yeah, I guess we're going to have to find out who's not taking money from Carmine.
Right.
That would be the first order of business. Let's not elect somebody to replace Byron, who's been taking a bunch of money from Carmine.
Well,
and his little political action committee.
And you know what's so funny is like the second that they said McConnell's not running again, or that he actually is retiring. And by the way, thank you. Who called it here? Yeah. Wouldn't last the year, so you're welcome once again. Well, but he's still waiting till 26, so it's like he still may not last the year. But immediately they already have who is more than likely going to take his place.
Well, there's two. Yeah. There's two people. One good, one both not. To me, great, because they're all career.
But that's the thing. That's what I'm saying.
Career politician, losers hanging out with these people. I mean, being influenced by these people. I don't think that's what we want.
No.
But again, it's Kentucky, so what are you going to do?
It's true.
What are you going to do? I'm all for Byron Donalds for governor. That's me.
Yes.
Ken Lovejoy.
Yeah.
And we'll be back.
That's a great radio station. Best in town.
We'll be right back with Charlotte County Speaks on News Radio 1580 WCCF.
So this woman puts out a video threatening to kill Elon Musk and others like him. In the same video, she admits that she hasn't paid taxes in 8 years. What are you going to do, arrest me? They can't even catch up to me with that. I did a bit years ago called the Dumb Donkey Cult. You see these people, they put out these unhinged videos, and you look in their eyes, and it's frightening that they're not there. Again, you gotta blame these people in the media, these various different Pied Pipers on there that are preying on weak-minded people. It's cult-like. It's cult-like. And again, the Democrats are good at this. They're very good at this. Remember Jim Jones? Yeah, he got a bunch of people to drink cyanide in Kool-Aid. Same idea. WatchdogOnWallStreet.com.
It's easy to fall in love when you fall in love. You know you're done. You got easy eyes to hunt in the world above. Needs your blood in the cold veins of the richest man. He'll pay you way to steal a hand. There ain't no easy way. No, there ain't no easy way out. There ain't no easy way. No, there ain't no easy way out. There ain't no easy way. No, there ain't no easy way out.
News Radio 1580, 100.9 FM, WCCF, Hump Day Wednesday at 9:24. Little Black Rebel Motorcycle Club there for you. Little BRMC.
Very nice.
So there you go. Phone lines open, kids. 941-206-1580. Toll free, 888-441-1580.
Can we just say, I'm sure you talked about it on Monday or yesterday, but can we please be so excited that Dan Bongino is the deputy FBI director and Kash Patel is the director of the FBI.
And after all of just the rat excrement that has been approved as secretaries of defense in the Biden administration, Secretary of Transportation.
Yes.
It's just look at these losers that they put up And they've got the audacity to claim that Bongino or even Hegseth is unqualified.
What's the New York Times opinion piece headline from Michelle Goldberg? Trump's new deputy FBI director has it out for the, quote, commie libs. Yeah.
What's your point?
And Benny Johnson posted that and said, I voted for this.
Yes,
and
we all voted for this. You don't seem to get it yet.
No.
Sorry to use that old movie cliche line, but you just don't get it, do you?
You just don't get it.
And you lost. I mean, once again, Mr. Wonka.
You get nothing.
No.
You lose.
That's it.
Good day, sir.
Goodbye.
Yes. Cry harder.
Shut up and take your medicine.
Yeah.
Nobody likes your ideology.
No.
We like the Constitution.
You suck.
You suck. We like the rule of law.
Yeah.
And these little foreign-born McDouche judges that are trying to halt this. I mean, keep going on your list. And when you see their last names, you say, oh, yeah, suicide mission. I mean, that's what they're committing, career suicide deliberately by trying to halt this, thinking that they have more power than the sitting president when it comes to dictating this stuff.
It's just that
people. I'm sorry that we're all getting a civics lesson that none of you learned in school. But this is the way it goes.
Right. It's just so happened that the last president was such a vapid shell of a human being because he was knocking on death's door that you had to have anybody outside of the presidency to actually make any rules because you didn't actually want the president making the rules. You wanted the deep state making the rules. But I will say my opinion thought yesterday when I was thinking about all this with Dan Bongino is when you think back to Trump's first term, most of the problems he faced was dealing with an FBI director. And if you look now, what are they doing? They're investigating Comey for his nonsense that he was pulling.
The honeypot.
Yeah, the honeypot.
And look how that turned out. It didn't work, did it?
No. And gee, what a
every
shock.
time they try to get him, they can't get anything on
nothing.
him. So they got to make stuff up.
They just suck so much. But when you have now Cash in the director's seat and Dan in the deputy director, I think that is the best decision Trump has made yet because that solidifies the FBI and solidifies a seat that was such a problem for Trump during his first term.
I'm getting too much yin and yang from Bondi. It's like she does one good thing and then, why aren't you doing this?
Yeah.
So I'm still not sold on her.
No, but with the Epstein stuff.
Regardless, there's some other stuff that she should be doing too. But the Epstein stuff, you said you were going to release it. Trump said he was going to release it. Bondi's stonewalling it. I think it's for a distraction. Myself.
When I want to see it released? I want to see it released about 30 minutes after they make the Godfather baptism scene style arrests.
Yes.
Arrest all the people, have everybody in the media freaking out.
Cut to each home.
Yes.
Cops rolling up.
Yeah.
Cops rolling up. Cops rolling up.
Get on the road! Get on the ground!
No, it will be nice about it too. We'll do it. We won't.
Not at 2 o'clock in the morning.
We won't Roger Stone them.
Right. Yeah. but arrest all of them. Have the media freaking out, which of course I'm sure some of the media will be arrested in that point.
They wake up these days. They wake up freaking out.
Yeah. It's like, it's a nightmare. I dreamed Trump was president. Oh wait.
I didn't get a lot of sleep last night, but what I did get was very, very peaceful.
And then as they're all freaking out, why are they arresting? Oh, well, it turns out XYZ also on the Epstein list, and here's the full list. Because I could see them that they're using the Epstein list to run their investigations, and you don't want to release certain things until you arrest a certain people. I get that. It's the long game. I do understand that to an extent now that you actually have the right people in the FBI and the DNI and the Department of Justice, allegedly. To help with that. But what are you seeing? You're seeing the again, what the problem was for Trump's first term is all the middle managers and losers in these departments, wimps,
all these people that were recommended to them.
Yeah, shredding documents. I believe that's obstruction, and they should be arrested.
First of all, we don't know that for sure.
Yeah,
and you can shred documents all you want, but there's
got to be backup somewhere.
The internet is forever.
Oh yeah,
and if anyone can find deleted, stuff,
it's big balls.
Unless they're bleaching it.
Unless they're getting out the little rag
like a cloth?
with the bleach and wiping it on the hard drive.
Casey DeSantis, you can't talk like that.
Well, say what you want, but Americans are giving a big thumbs up to what Trump and Doge is doing.
Oh, yeah.
52% approval rating after his first month in office.
Oh, yeah. And what does...
Strong majority, 58% credited Trump with a better job performance than Biden. You've got Democrats out there saying that that this whole 75% of Democrats say Joe Biden's migration flood, i.e. opening up the borders and allowing an illegal alien invasion,
was an accident. It was an accident.
We just didn't know.
We didn't know. Just an accident.
Yeah.
So not our fault because our intentions were good.
That's essentially what the left will.
Well, but you know what's kind of cool about the illegal aliens is now train heists are back. Like cool old Wild West.
Wow.
So listen to this. They just did it. A gang of illegal aliens charged with a train heist across Southwest to steal unreleased Nikes. So gone are the days.
Man, we're going to sell them on the eBay.
Yeah.
We're going to make a ton of money, man.
So gone are the days of armed gangs of criminals pulling off train heists in the American Southwest to make off with cash and bags of gold. These days, it's just sneakers.
Give me your shoes.
Yeah. According to the Associated Press, which, man, did they have any money lost from USAID?
Oh, yeah.
A group of 11 Mexicans have been charged with stealing over $2 million in Nike merchandise in at least 10 freight train burglaries in California and Arizona. Granted, the trains have to go kind of slow because otherwise they'll run over all the homeless people sleeping on the tracks.
Yeah, and probably, with the unions out there and DEI, the track maintenance has probably been pretty bad, so those trains got to go a little slow.
Right. So
look at how they're supposed to have that high-speed rail.
Yeah.
It still hasn't. I mean, how long has that been? It's been over 20 years since they've been, and it's billions of dollars in cost overruns. It's not even anywhere near being remotely complete.
No. In a January 13th robbery, suspects cut an air brake hose on a BNSF freight train traveling through a remote section of Arizona and made off with more than 1,900 pairs of unreleased Nikes worth more than $440,000, according to a criminal complaint filed in a federal court in Phoenix. Many of the shoes were Nigel Sylvester and Air Jordan 4s, which won't be available to the public until March 14th. And are expected to retail at $225 per pair.
No, man, we're going to gross it up to about $300, man.
Yeah, well,
because shipping and stuff,
Yeah, as the Not the Bee reports, the gang of Nike enthusiasts, which one can only assume includes Miguel Jordan and Lohan James, consists of 10 Mexicans here illegally and one Mexican defendant who had sought asylum in the U.S. All 11 defendants pled guilty to possessing or receiving goods stolen from interstate shipments. To all those looking to carry out similar crimes, a longtime Nike spokesman has this advice for you. Michael Jordan say, get some help. Stop it.
Yes. Aww.
But and now move over drugs.
Stop it. Get some help.
Get some help.
Gosh.
So move over drugs, though, because smugglers were caught with eggs at the U.S. border. So according to the U.S. Labor and Statistics data, eggs are currently at their highest prices ever, and there's no news on when prices may come down because it's the bird flu,
No,
it's the killing of millions of chickens.
When you cull millions of chickens because you think there might be bird flu.
Right. So the average price of eggs in the U.S. is $8.03 per dozen. So now even the smugglers are getting into the egg business. Over the last month, U.S. Customs and Border Protection agents in Texas have stopped 90 people from smuggling eggs over the southern border. The CPB issued a reminder that raw eggs are prohibited from being imported into America from foreign countries.
Because you don't know. Could be balut.
Yeah.
Balut.
So just
look up
hard-boil
what
'em.
balut is.
I'd rather not.
Yeah, you don't. Trust me. Denny's. Now we heard that Waffle House put a 50-cent surcharge on their eggs. Denny's is reportedly joining the growing number of restaurants responding to the nationwide egg shortage by adding a temporary surcharge to its egg-based meals at some locations. Not all, but some.
Yeah.
So, quote, our pricing decisions are being made market by market, restaurant by restaurant, due to the regional impacts of the egg shortage. The chain boasts 1,500 restaurants. We used to have the Denny Diners car.
I know.
Used to be a late-night haunt
for us
was many moons ago.
There was Denny's Hooters.
Starbucks there's now.
Yeah, there was the Denny's Hooters.
Denny's
of course.
Hooters.
That's going to be a Mission Barbecue now.
Oh.
So that'll be nice.
All right.
Yeah.
You still got the Hooters, though.
I heard they're filing bankruptcy.
Yes. Yeah, the waitress that was on the show the other day, broke-rupsy.
Bro. Oh, yeah.
So anyway, you're going to be paying more for your Denny's omelets.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I have another smuggling story. Colombian man arrested at the airport while smuggling cocaine in his wig. You got to be a real cokehead to try something like this. Hey. Thank you. So, yeah, a man was caught trying to smuggle cocaine onto a plane under his wig. Yeah, ouch. It's a crazy business, you know. This 40-year-old. Yeah, this 40.
Not much coke.
No, there's a lot.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, there's pictures. This 40-year-old Colombian man tried to board a flight from Cartagena to Amsterdam with $10,000 worth of cocaine separated into 19 separate capsules in his wig. Did not go as planned. They got video of them cutting the wig around his shaved head. I bet this smuggling operation seemed like a really good idea until the coke wore off and the guy realized he was going to go through a body scanner. Ouch. According to the authorities, this man has a history of drug smuggling and may belong to a larger operation. Yeah, really.
Should have let him get through that.
Yeah,
you track him.
You track him. You say, this guy's an idiot. He'll lead us right to him.
Yes. Look at his head.
Yeah, it's like just the whole thing. Bing, 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 bing. Speaking of idiots, how about that Dan Crenshaw, huh?
Oh, Old Eye Patch McCain. And this guy just... He's not going to live this down.
No,
it's not. He's not going to live this down. And really,
loser.
That they got it on. That they get a representative, a congressional representative, on camera, saying that he would kill somebody if he ever saw him. No
I'm not
joke.
Lying. No joke.
And then deny it afterwards. It's
LOL.
gutless. It's cowardice. Yeah. You know, eat your medicine. He should be censured for it. I think that's me.
Censured.
But again,
they got rid of that other representative, didn't they? They shamed him out of office.
Well, for less.
Yeah. So, and it's not like Tucker's a nobody. You know,
and
Tucker Carlson.
I love Tucker, and Tucker has just been ever since has been trolling Crenshaw.
Oh, and it's hilarious.
I love it.
Telling him, hey, I'll send you my address. Come sit down in an interview with me.
Come on, sit down.
And this is allegedly supposed to be a Republican. I mean, you'd expect this from Ilhan Omar.
He's not.
But, you know,
I don't consider
Eye Patch
Dan
McCain.
Crenshaw.
No.
Even though they say he votes with the president 88% of the time. The other 20%, he's a commie.
Yeah, and he's voting
a World
for war.
Economic Forum globalist waste of flesh with one eye. And the one that's left ain't that great. So all Tucker's got to do is just keep moving to his right.
Yeah. The whole depth perception.
Yeah.
Wasn't that, did you see that Babylon Bee? Said Tucker narrowly escapes a chase with Dan Crenshaw as Dan runs into a pole because of bad depth perception.
What are you going to do?
Yeah.
206-1580, toll free, 888-441-1580. Trying to think what we should say for next hour.
I know.
There's so much. It's unreal. However, hey, this is something. What Price is Right? That's a morning show. When does that come on?
I
don't know.
It. Now it used to be Bob Barker. Now it's Drew Carey.
I like Drew Carey. Yeah,
he's a good host.
He is.
Yeah,
I had the opportunity to meet him, and he's a great guy.
Spin the wheel.
Yeah, But today is a historic day for The Price is Right.
$1.
10,000th episode
really
is airing today, and to mark that milestone, they're giving away $90,000 in cash and prizes.
Nice.
And in a teaser for the episode, George Gray, the announcer, shows off a huge multi-layered cake that pays tribute to some of the show's most popular games. He and Drew Carey also reveal that over the course of the show, 75,000 people have been called to come on down.
Come on down.
And contestants have walked away with more than $300 million in cash and prizes.
Who was on that was Aaron Paul, Jesse from Breaking Bad.
Really?
Yeah.
No doubt.
Yeah, very young Aaron Paul.
Drew says hosting the show has been, quote, one of the best experiences in my professional life. No matter how my day is, as soon as I get to The Price is Right and walk through the door, it all goes away. It's just a vibing all day.
It's a fun show.
It is.
You know
how you're going to win stuff. You get called down, you got a really good chance of walking away with something.
You could win a new car.
You could win what the taxes are on this.
yeah, exactly. Plinko. Love that. Is this can opener worth more or less than $5?
Always fun.
Yeah,
stuff.
I watched
Always
that a lot
stuff.
growing up with my grandmother.
Sorry, kids, but your Tooth Fairy money's taking a hit. This Friday, National Tooth Fairy Day.
Is it?
And who's this? Dental's annual poll. Dental's annual poll found the average payout per tooth fell 14% since last year. The average tooth is now worth only $5.01, down from $5.84 a year ago. Sorry, kids, times are tough.
Yes.
Parents are having to work hard.
I got you a nickel.
Yes. First tooth is worth a little more, $6.24, but even that dropped 12% from $7.09. So kids in the South get paid more, $5.71 per tooth, followed by kids out west, $5.69, Northeast, $4.59. You cheap liberal bastards.
Well, and, I mean, come on. These feds, they just lost their jobs. You know, they don't have cash. They don't carry cash. They go, sorry, kid.
Well, what about the Midwest? It's only $3.46 per tooth. Well, they're losing too many damn teeth. I can't keep. It's the second year in a row that payouts have fallen. The overall average hit an all-time high of $6.23 a tooth in 2023. And the Tooth Fairy still has outpaced inflation, though. When the poll launched in 1998, the average tooth was only $1.30. That's like $2.55 today. So there you go. There's two National Tooth Fairy Days each year, February 28th, August 22nd. And to remind people to get their teeth cleaned every 6 months. Huh? Yeah. So there.
Today's show is brought to you absolutely free. Radio's the only thing that's not hitting you up for money or personal information. It's easy to use, and again, it's totally free. You're welcome. We'll be right back with Charlotte County Speaks on News Radio 1580 WCCF.
I was 14 years old when I walked in on my parents having sex. That's a big moment for any young man. That moment where you realize your parents are more than just mom and dad. They're also swingers. When you're a kid, you can't recognize how weird your parents are. It's not until you get older that you figure it out. Like when I was a little kid, every year on my birthday, my dad would take me into the kitchen, put me up against the kitchen wall and make a little mark to measure my girth.
are out and the streets are gray. You know I wouldn't have it any other way. Yeah, your mother's words, they're ringing still. But your mother don't pay our bills. Yeah, a sinister kid is a kid who runs to meet his maker. A drop that's spread from the day he's born straight into his maker's arms. And that's me, the boy with the broken halo. That's me, the devil won't let me be.
News Radio 1580, 100.9 FM, WCCF, 950 here. Charlotte County Speaks. Phone lines open at 941-206-1580. Toll free, 888-441-1580.
Breaking news.
This from X, from Elon.
Elon.
They just arrested the person who won the most votes in the Romanian presidential election. This is messed up. Mike Benz explains why in check out Mike Benz.
Yes.
They're trying to. The person who won was more aligned with Trump and not wanting to be involved with NATO, not wanting to be involved with the EU, not wanting to be involved with all the illegal alien migration that the EU has been forcing on most of its countries. And Mike Benz explains how Pakistan is how weapons and arms are transferred to Romania over an air bridge to be used to supply Ukraine. And NATO wanted to build the largest NATO base on the Black Sea in Romania. And Romania has recently elected a Russia-neutral party that wanted to end support in Ukraine. And Pakistan's been so crucial for that last year. The State Department of State deposed Imran Khan. Ryan Ruth, the guy who attempted to shoot Trump down at Mar-a-Lago,
right,
was recruiting for soldiers for Ukraine in Pakistan. So, this is unfolding now, but again,
and so they arrested the guy who won.
What's left? Yeah. And we were there too. We were trying to stir up a color revolution in Romania over this. So who knows if and the EU does too, because they're all in on this.
Yeah.
World War III for some reason.
Yeah.
And even Canada, these just total freak shows in Canada. Canada's top 4 moon bats on their leftist side, and they're just as crazy as our Democrats here. Seriously, psychotic people, just as bad as Trudeau. Canada's top 4 moonbats held a debate to decide which of the leaders of the Snow Mexicans will take control of the party now that Justin Trudeau is leaving. Chrystia, take your bank account, Freeland is the top contender. And this is from Sundance over the conservative treehouse. For the Snow Mexicans, the number one priority is fighting U.S. President Donald Trump. No other issue had anywhere near the level of importance or time during the debate. Yeah. Every facet of the leadership debate centers around how to confront, attack, and outwit President Trump. And when you listen to the 4 professional Canadians, and you can go to the conservative treehouse and listen to sound bites. I don't have time or the desire to hear that.
No.
That voice. I don't want to hear her voice.
No. And
it hurt my head. It make pain in there like ice cream headache.
Yes.
So hearing Christina Freeland explain how she's going to bring together a nuclear-armed international alliance to fight President Trump, that's bat crap crazy.
Yeah.
She's a psycho. And Poilievre is going to destroy, if that's their attitude, and the Canadian people aren't on board with it, we know this, Poilievre is going to just destroy her. These guys are psychos.
I was playing a gig And we wrapped up, and there's always people that get to a venue late, and then they say, "Oh, why are you quitting already?" It's like, we've been here for 3 hours. You're late. But this woman, very, very nice woman, goes, "Oh, come on, can't you play one more for your friends in Canada?" I said, "Oh, our 51st state." She goes, "No."
Here's just a quote.
Yes.
The U.S. is turning predator. What?
What?
We're trying to pull out of every war that you guys are trying to drag us into.
Right.
And so what Canada needs to do is work closely with our democratic allies, our military allies. I would start with our Nordic partners, specifically Denmark, who is also being threatened.
Oh, yeah, what's Denmark going to do?
And our NATO European allies. I would be sure that France and Britain were there, who possess nuclear weapons, and I will be working urgently with these partners to build a closer security relationship.
Oh, sounds like a threat to me.
That guarantees our security. Well, it is, but again, she's got no power.
No.
And she's not going to have it. With that kind of attitude, I doubt that she's going to have any power in Canada.
It's the crazy person screaming on the street corner.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Where's her bucket?
Trying to say America's our enemy. Yeah. To Canada.
Because Trump so trolled them. See, they still actually think that we want them. We want those losers as our 51st state. Hi, caller. You're on the air.
Hey, good morning. I want to remind everyone what happened back in 2013 and 14. Do you know what happened back then?
Refresh our memories.
Well, Victoria Nuland showed up in Ukraine.
Oh,
and
yeah, that's when she pulled. That's when she pulled the coup. Yes, yeah, yes.
So basically, they broke the Minsk Accords with Russia.
Yes,
France, Germany, and Ukraine violated the Minsk Accords with Russia.
Apparently, you haven't listened to this show over the last couple of years. I've been screaming that for quite some time.
And then on top of that, they financed a militia to kill 13,000 Russian-speaking Ukrainians in Donbass region.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
So what would you do if you were Putin and you had Russian-speaking people in Ukraine massacred and killed as a direct result of the CIA and Victoria Nuland?
The State Department. Well, and don't forget Samantha Powers in there, too. Samantha Powers plays a big role in every color revolution throughout the South American region and Europe. She's always there. She's always there.
So, I think it's
Her
really
greasy little face.
unconstitutional for the U.S. government to send money there, number one.
Oh, yeah.
And basically, they have a lot of kickbacks. So it's just a money laundering thing. So I want to ask Americans, why do they put up with individuals supporting with your tax dollars another government?
Because they're I don't think the majority of the U.S. population knows this yet. All this stuff's coming out about Doge. I've been preaching it from the rooftops for quite some time, but, nobody cares. They've got their own little agendas. The left has decidedly become the war hawk party, war whore party.
Oh, yeah.
Because they only see money in war.
Where's John Bolton?
They don't care about our kids, women, and children getting killed. They don't care about people dying. They just care about the money for them and the power that they can amass.
Yeah, Dan Crenshaw.
In war. Dan Crenshaw, the rest of them. There's people on both sides of the aisle. Data Republican did an interview. We'll get to that next hour where she lays it out. It's both parties involved in this. It's both parties involved in this.
Yes.
And that's why it's the slow walk. And that's why they're so having the vapors that all this info is getting out, because there's a lot of people, elected congressmen and senators on both sides of the aisle, are going to be losing a lot of money, as they should. They should lose their...
They need to lose their privileges in society for a while. That's my opinion. Yours may vary. Thank you for the call.
So what else? Well, let's get to this now, because we got more stuff next hour. What we're celebrating today.
Oh, yes.
National Letter to an Elder Day. Write a letter if you can.
Can you
if
find
you know
a
how.
stamp?
National Set a Good Example Day.
Good luck.
National Tell a Fairy Tale Day. Well, you just listen to the Democrats and the mainstream media. You'll hear fairy tales every minute of every day. Here we go. National Pistachio Day. Ooh. Who doesn't love the pistachio and the pistachio ice cream, I might add. Gotta like that. So celebrate National Pistachio.
Yes.
I don't like the red I like them already shelled in a jar.
Oh, yeah.
Dry roasted, salted, ready to eat. Getting the red
and eat.
Picking them apart.
You have to work for your, your snack.
No.
And good news, Steak and Shake announces branches in 5 states have been RFK'd, and they will RFK all branches by March 1st. Tallow Fries, now in Ohio, Colorado, Florida, Texas, and Oklahoma. Oklahoma, where the wind goes sweeping down the plain. So fries worth their weight in gold, made with 100% beef tallow.
I'll be eating some of them fries.
Yeah.
Real fries. Not them limpy. I don't know why people still like McDonald's fries. They're limp. Limp. Like Joe Biden.
WCCF Punta Gorda.
News Radio 1580.
Charlotte County's only news talk radio station, serving you around the clock.
It's Wednesday, Gary.
I know that, Janet.
Today's show is brought to you by Eating in a Recliner, the best way to create a crumb museum that future generations can enjoy.
Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is?
Today is Wednesday.
Wait, is today Wednesday?
Today is such a great day.
This is really great today.
What's so great about it?
What's so great about it?
What's so great about it?
That much closer to the weekend.
That's what's so great about it.
Well, better get back to work.
We work hard. We play hard.
We work hard. We play hard.
Yes, they work hard and they play hard.
It's showtime, baby.
In this present crisis, government is not the solution to our problem. Government is the problem.
This is Charlotte County Speaks, your chance to let your voice be heard on local, state, and national issues. And now, broadcasting live from a dumpy little warehouse behind a Taco Bell, the host of Charlotte County Speaks, Ken Lovejoy.
You know what else is great about Hump Day?
What?
Free donuts.
Oh, yeah.
I like free donuts.
Yeah. Who doesn't?
It's kind of a radio thing. You know, we basically work for food. Unless you're in the top 5 markets, talent in radio is just treated like garbage. So when there's free food in the kitchen,
you feel good.
It gives you a warm fuzzy.
Oh, yeah.
It just does. It makes you think that maybe someone really does care.
Like, we're so proud of you.
Yeah.
Here, have a donut.
Here's a donut.
Yes.
So anyway, hi, how you doing? News Radio 1580, 100.9 FM, WCCF, just about 10:09 here at Charlotte County Speaks on a Hump Day Wednesday, and our phone lines are open, 941-206-1580, toll free, 888-441-1580, email address ccspeaks@live.com, and if you miss a show, head to our homepage and scroll down to the podcast section, and there we all are. This whole Ukraine thing, I don't think NATO is going to do a damn thing once we pull out all the money.
No.
Because these guys, we have been financing the whole thing.
Yeah.
We have been financing essentially NATO too. Yeah, Trump got them to start ponying up more money, but after Trump was gone, they quit ponying up more money. So it's everybody else seems to be paying for it. We, the people, seem to be paying for all their little, I don't know, aspirations or desires.
Civilization.
Yeah,
or Civilization
the EU,
5
and look what they're
in
doing.
real life.
And what happened in Romania after a lawful election, you know, the side that the EU doesn't like won, and so what do? They arrest the guy. That's the EU. The EU has become the new Soviet Union, and they need to be destroyed. I have no love for any of these countries' governments, and I think they need to be destroyed. These wimpy, globalist, socialist, EU types, bureaucrats, just losers, man.
They're
and
miserable losers.
They need to be dealt with very harshly. Hi, caller. You're on the air.
Hello. I'd like to step back for a second. I know you talked about Trump here a little earlier, and then I had to step away, but I'm back now.
Okay.
And I have a question for you.
Okay.
Seriously, this is serious. No pandering.
All right.
Does the negotiation tactic of getting resources for the military arms that previously Biden gave away for free due to the implication of the national.
You mean our treasonous extraction from Afghanistan?
No, I'm talking about what Biden gave Ukraine a whole bunch of military arms because we gave them a security guarantee when Ukraine gave up the nukes years ago, back in, 92, 95?
It was the Minsk Accords. And what that was...
Not the Minsk.
We said we took go back to Obama and Lugar when Obama was a senator. They essentially decimated the military in Ukraine. The nukes are out, and because they had a lot of nukes in Ukraine during the Soviet era. The nukes are out. The Obama, Lugar, and several other acts, they go in there and remove. I mean, they got rid of all the small arms even, and those were all sold off. And so they leave Ukraine essentially defenseless, while at the same time poking Putin in the chest, going, "We're going to make you part of NATO. We're going to make you part of EU," which is what the agreement, when I think it was Yeltsin was in, was that ain't happening. Yeah. This is the buffer zone, and as long as we stay like this, everything's cool.
And
we're the ones.
McCain was in on that too.
Yeah. We're the ones that have been poking that bear. And so what did he do? He did what after 2014 in particular.
Yeah.
After Vicki Nuland in our State Department pulls the coup in Ukraine, he starts like, no, this ain't happening. How many times I got to tell you? And so he invades. And I understand why he invaded. I don't like Putin any more than anybody else does, but to suggest that we're the good guys in this scenario is fallacy.
Yeah.
I can see where you're coming from in that sense, but if Ukraine gave up the nuclear weapons, Russia and the United States did give Ukraine a security guarantee. Now, what I do believe that Trump and his negotiation skill, I think it was pretty craftily received something out of something we already gave away.
Yeah, they're rare earth minerals. Yeah, I mean, that's the only way we're going to make any money back off of what they've stolen, of what our government stole from us and freely gave to launder in Ukraine.
And are still trying to do so.
Yeah, and are still, yes, begging and pleading to keep the money laundering operation going. I think the rare earth mineral deal is probably the best we can hope for.
Yeah.
And I don't care how much Ukraine land gets lost in this. Too bad, so sad. And if there were elections held today, Zelensky's a dictator. End of story.
Yeah.
You don't cancel elections. I don't care what the Constitution says. You don't cancel the Orthodox Church. You don't cancel all media but your media. I'm sorry. The guy's a dictator via our State Department. We, the people of the United States, have been completely funding that nation for the last 5 years, and it needs to stop. And I don't care. I don't care how much land they lose in the process. The war's going to be over. End of story.
Well, the war could very well be over, but in order to understand the Ukrainian side, you have to crawl into the mind of the Ukrainian government and the Ukrainian people.
Yeah, who elected a Russian neutral guy.
They removed the Orthodox Russian Church and favored the Ukrainian Church. They're all Christian, but they spoke mass in Russian instead of Ukrainian.
Like it too.
Yeah.
Well, maybe some of the people wanted that. I mean, there's a lot of Russians that live in Ukraine, and vice versa, thanks to the Soviet Union. But trying to suggest that we're gonna get rid of everything Russian in Ukraine. Well, that means you're going to be deliberately slaughtering a bunch of civilians, which they already did, which was another reason that Putin went in there.
Yeah.
So, I have no love at all for I'm sorry what happened to the Ukrainian people. I'm sorry that they're the patsies in this whole deal, that they've been used and chumped up by our government and our president. And it needs to end. And I don't care how it ends. It needs to stop, and it needs to stop now. And I don't want to hear the buts. It needs to end. Sorry. End of story. I don't care. We know how it got started. We're the bad guys in this situation. And that's going to be fun to watch, too, how Trump, all the people around that are still pretending that this whole thing is all big bad Putin's fault. And Trump knows the truth. We know the truth. How many times I don't have time. I got 12 minutes of a guy explaining the whole thing to you that you can find online. I mean, I'm sorry. Sorry about thank you for the call, but, I'm done.
And we have this from Julie Kelly, where we see how just entrenched all these people are and everything.
And the NGOs and USAID. It's disgusting.
And Trump is starting to do something about it. Trump didn't just suspend security clearances for Covington and Burling employees, the law firm involved in Jack Smith's investigation, but ordered a system-wide review for contracts with the law firm. Quote, I also direct the Attorney General and heads of agencies to take such actions as are necessary to terminate any engagement of Covington and Burling LLP by any agency to the maximum extent permitted by law and consistent with the memorandum that shall be issued by the Director of the Office of Management and Budget. And who's a senior counsel for Covington? Eric Holder. Who's the senior advisor for Covington? Victoria Newland. So then you have another tweet responding to Julie Kelly saying, Covington is the same firm that took General Flynn's money, claimed to represent him, and then threw him to the wolves. The comeuppance was long overdue, but at least it arrived, and I think it will continue to arrive. And these people need to lose their security clearance and then be investigated, and whatever tomfoolery they have played in that's illegal should be dealt with arrests and convictions.
Unless these people are actually dealt with through our legal system, they're just going to do it again.
It's not enough to just expose the fraud, this is all step one, folks. All Doge is step one. Where is the fraud? Where can we cut the money going to these fraudulent
Because once all the
things?
names come out and people see that nothing is done, all you're going to be doing is encouraging a bunch of Luigis out there.
Yeah.
So I would highly suggest that our Department of Justice actually do their job and bring we the people just a little skosh of justice. We're not asking for much, really. A couple of heads.
I'm a radio personality. His diet consists of black coffee and sarcasm.
We'll be right back with Charlotte County Speaks on News Radio 1580 WCCF.
I got to send a message out to Doge. You know what they got to look into? I want Doge to look in to see whether or not our tax dollars are helping to finance television shows that are propping up government agencies, whether it be the FBI or whether it be the CIA. There's that television show, The Agency, because I'm sorry, could be me calling me crazy. They've got some real issues at these agencies. I mean, mental illness problems. Are you taking a look at some of these message board things that are taking place at the NSA and the CIA? Discussions talking about sex changes, castration. Honestly, this is a family-friendly Money Minute. I can't even get into it. Mental illness galore. WatchDogOnWallStreet.com.
I think it was 6, actually. To be honest. Too bad. I was actually looking forward to that reunion tour, and Perry Farrell has become
Who is that?
Jane's Addiction.
Oh, okay.
Perry is just a little out there now, a little too far gone. I mean, he should have been losing his stuff on the sound guy. Not on the guitar, because he couldn't hear himself.
Yeah.
Too much guitar. That wasn't his fault. Wasn't the guitarist's fault.
always so loud?
Wasn't the guitarist's
Yeah.
fault. And he starts throwing down on stage.
Oof. Yeah.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Time to go.
Yeah.
Tour's over.
Yeah.
First show.
Oof.
5 minutes in. Good night.
Good night. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
206-1580 toll free, 888-441-1580 here at News Radio 1580 WCCF 1026 right here. And Texas.
Okay.
Things are going bad in Texas. We'll get to that here, but Texas.
Yeah.
Things are getting bad. IEDs are getting discovered there.
I saw that. A
Texas rancher
was
killed by an improvised explosive device, and the warning from the Texas AG commissioner is stark. Agriculture commissioner, rather, Sid Miller. Quote, a tragic and alarming incident occurred near Brownsville, Texas, where a U.S. citizen and Texas rancher was killed by an IED. The shocking act of violence highlights the growing threat posed by cartel activity along our southern border. I urge all Texas farmers, ranchers, and agriculture workers who travel to Mexico or operate near the border to exercise extreme caution. The lower Rio Grande Valley is a crucial part of the Texas agriculture, and safety of our ag community is the utmost importance. We can't overlook it. I encourage everyone in the agricultural industry to stay vigilant, remain aware of their surroundings, and report any suspicious activity to law enforcement. Additionally, you can avoid dirt roads and remote areas, refrain from touching unfamiliar objects that could be explosive devices, limit travel to daylight hours, and stay on the main roads and avoid cartel-controlled regions. Our agricultural family is the backbone of Texas. We must do everything we can to protect it.
This sounds like...
Thanks, Joe.
Yeah.
That's what Biden left. That's what the Democrats left us.
This is in America.
Crappy.
This is in America, not Fallujah. America.
That's the Democrats' goal, is to turn America into Fallujah.
And this sounds like a war to me, doesn't it?
It is.
Yeah, this
That's
is
why
a war.
we need to nuke them. And Scheinbaum, this idiot, she seems to be siding with the cartels, which isn't a good move. You're not smart enough, lady. Trust me. Not a good move.
Yeah.
So I look forward to seeing the cartels get nuked.
Yes,
and if that's how they have to do it. I'm all for that.
There's a lot of desert out there.
Yeah,
you could nuke something and really not really affect anything else.
Pick a good day when the wind's heading south.
Yeah. But, so what Chris Markowski's talking about there, I heard about this. And, of course, it's NSA, right?
Yeah.
So they're already the ones spying on everybody else.
These are not the best and brightest by any shake of the stick, folks.
And so DNI Director Tulsi Gabbard says that 100 plus Intel officials connected to this NSA secret sex chat room scandal will have their security clearances immediately revoked and should be fired. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Yeah. I mean, just sick.
Oh, we'll get some gay Obama-appointed judge to try and block their firings, I'm sure.
Yeah, but just sick. Give me a break.
Just the level of depravity can only be imagined, and it's worse than anything that you can imagine when you see the level of depravity that these people are living.
Yes.
And these people who are spying on us, trying to run our lives, trying to destroy our country, are just some of the most just sick, disgusting people you'd ever want to associate with.
Yeah. And speaking of the judges that will block it, Elon has pinned this post to his X account from 14 hours ago. If any judge anywhere can block every presidential order everywhere, we do not have democracy. We have tyranny of the judiciary.
Yeah, and if you're giving me as president an unconstitutional order, an order that you don't have the authority to give, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to ignore it. I'm going to ignore you, and I'm going to have you impeached.
Yes.
That's what I'm going to do. Those two judges, again, you lefty judges, you think you're so smart, you don't know crap.
No.
And you're going to get slaughtered. You should, if you want to continue these little career suicide missions, Keep going for it. We love it. We love watching you destroy yourselves. It's beautiful to watch. I bathe in your tears.
Yes, cry harder. Joy Reid really did, too. Wow.
And look at her.
That was rough.
A lady who...
My show has value. My show has value.
No, apparently it doesn't. I'm sorry, Joy, that we're gonna try and save this network by taking it in a different direction.
Yeah.
Sure, you understand why you are not going to be involved in that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry it hurts that this is Black History Month. Oh, that was the big thing.
Right.
That was the big thing.
Right.
MSNBC's racist because
Yes.
they fired Joy Reid, the first black woman with a prime time commentary
Yes,
show.
and as history has
during
now
Black
proved,
History Month. How dare you?
and as now history has proved, it sucked. And yeah.
Well,
and nobody wanted to watch it.
Well, I mean, seriously, when reruns of, Old Yeller
Tales of Wells Fargo.
Tales of Wells Fargo are doing better than Joy Reid's show, then,
Yeah.
again, maybe it's time to move on.
So I wondered why Thomas Massey voted against the bill. I understand.
I know why he did. He's the guy with
he's
him.
a Puritan.
He's a principled. He will not. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how good it. Even though he was a freaking never Trumper during the whole.
Of course.
Trump's first term.
Yeah.
So which his principles can be purchased is what I think to a certain degree.
Yeah. So somebody posted him looking up at the Congress's politicians booing, "Your boos mean nothing. I've seen what makes you cheer." Which I love.
No,
that line.
I mean, the bill does add to the debt. There is some no doubt some spending in there that shouldn't be there.
Mm-hmm.
And he's principled, and that's how he's going to vote. So we didn't need his vote.
Oh. Let's see. Hold on. Breaking news. Breaking scoop via Charlie Kirk.
Cool. What's this then?
Jeff Bezos has just sent an email to Washington Post employees informing them that the opinion page will now write daily about two pillars: one, personal liberties, and two, free markets. He says that viewpoints which disagree with those positions will be written elsewhere. So David Shipley has stepped down as the paper's opinion editor as a result of this shift.
Yeah, WAPO, they were taking a hit.
Oh, yeah.
Monetarily.
Mm-hmm. So Bezos also affirms that he is, quote, of America, end quote, and wants to celebrate these uniquely American values that have led to innovation and prosperity. He believes these viewpoints are underserved in the current newspaper environment. Good.
He's right.
The culture is changing rapidly for the better.
Because, I mean, you see all these leftist proposals coming out for, the taxpayers need to fund our newspapers because
and it's go woke, go broke.
Yeah,
you lose, you lost.
Yeah, if you quit acting like a bunch of communists and print nothing but hatred, well then
Trump won the popular vote. People, get it through your thick skulls.
He wasn't a mandate.
Yeah.
I just and that anybody, I don't know. I just hope that these people I went to high school with, I still read some of their social posts. I don't comment just because I got a reunion coming up. And
yeah, and it's better to just beat them down in person.
No, well, just laugh at him. It's like, well, dude, I hope you can just enjoy the peace and prosperity. I hope you can just shut up long enough to look around and say, things actually are better. I don't see how. If you're watching, I don't watch mainstream media news, so I don't know the level of delivery and how psychotic it is that they're trying to paint America right now. It just seems like everybody's trying to paint the picture that if we don't continue with war in Ukraine, well, that's just going to be the worst thing ever. I can't believe that that's the opinion of anybody in America. It's disgusting. I mean, how dare you?
How dare you?
Well, particularly, how dare you spout off like that when most of you are so completely uninformed about it?
Yeah.
When you have absolutely no idea the entire background of Ukraine other than what some idiot at one of the three majors have told you. And it's probably been gaslighting propaganda, I would imagine.
Yeah. 2 hours ago, Cat Turd posted, Trump posting bangers in the early a.m., Elon posting bangers late into the night. They have 24 hours a day covered now, LOL, with Trump's new quote, as a president who is being given credit for having the best opening month of any president in history, quite naturally, here come the fake books and stories with the so-called anonymous or off-the-record quotes.
Yeah, off-the-record
At some
quotes.
point, I am going to sue some of these dishonest authors and book publishers or even media in general to find out whether or not these anonymous sources, quote unquote, even exist, which they largely do not. They are made up defamatory fiction, and a big price should be paid for this blatant dishonesty. I'll do it as a service to our country. Who knows? Maybe we will create some, quote, all caps, nice new law. I love it.
Well, I'm all on board with a guy named Amuse on X, who posted an article, Contempt and Consequence, the Case for Court-Martialing Insubordinate Flag Officers, via the UCMJ Article 88 and Article 133. And these retired admirals, generals, who have all been out there trying to trash Trump and anybody on the right because they're leftist scum. Article 88 explicitly prohibits commissioned officers from using contemptuous words against the president. And the intent of this article is clear. Military officers entrusted with a nation's defense must remain apolitical in their conduct, their fealty bound to the Constitution and the chain of command rather than personal grievances. Article 133, which addresses conduct unbecoming an officer, extends beyond overt insubordination, encompassing actions and statements that erode the dignity and discipline expected of senior military leaders. The retired officers who have engaged in public venomous attacks against President Trump and Secretary Hegseth have violated both Article 133 and 88, and these officers are not mere commentators or private citizens exercising their First Amendment rights unencumbered. They are retired generals and admirals who continue to receive government pensions, a reminder that they remain, in legal terms, part of the armed forces. They enjoy privileges from their service, from security clearances to advisory roles, yet they have weaponized their prominence to undermine the legitimacy of a duly elected president. This is not about policy disagreements. This is about a cadre of military elites who believe that they are above the democratic system that they swore to defend. Their public statements, laden with disdain and outright contempt, have emboldened insubordination among the ranks, threatening good order and discipline.
Yeah.
You can go to General Mattis in his douchebaggy 2020 letter where he excoriates Trump. Other notables, General John Allen called Trump's leadership the beginning of the end of American democracy. You mean of socialism, General?
Yeah.
Johnny boy. General Martin Dempsey publicly warned against the use of troops domestically, a direct rebuke of Trump's authority. So again, it goes on. And so what's the result of this? Well, you got a Pentagon now where senior officers feel emboldened to openly question the legitimacy of their civilian overseers. The military is not a debating society.
No.
It's an institution predicated on hierarchy, order, and unwavering discipline. And if those at the highest echelons of command believe that they can openly defy civilian leadership without consequence,
the commander-in-chief.
What message does that send to the lower ranks?
Yeah.
This isn't a slippery slope argument. It's already happening. Recent reports indicate an increase in officers speaking out against administration policies, citing the precedent set by these retired flag officers. The failure to act decisively now will only exacerbate this problem in a military that allows its senior leaders, active or retired, to publicly attack the legitimacy of the commander-in-chief as a military on a path to lawlessness. So Article 133 and 88 needs to be enforced against every one of these rat bastard zeros.
Yeah.
That are doing what they're doing. They're not creating good order and discipline. They're not creating esprit de corps.
It's anarchy.
It is.
Well, and I heard something the other day talking about how, it's one thing for the enlisted to hate the brass, but you never want the brass to hate the enlisted. And that's what's happened, especially ever since COVID, when they were forcing out so many of the enlisted.
Yeah, why do you think retention and recruitment were so low
Right.
up until Trump became president.
Yeah. So when you have these higher up brass officers,
That's why we got to get rid of them.
Yeah, hating the enlisted men.
That's on active duty. I'm
Right.
talking about these retired McDouchertons who
Right.
think that they've got
Even
carte
them.
blanche to say whatever they want because they're
Yeah.
retired.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, buddy. Guess what?
Mm-hmm.
Article 88 and 133 still apply to you. The UCMJ still applies to you, whether you like it or not. So again, wallow in those tears for a minute.
Here's a quick secret about today's show. They're making toast down the hall. Ever notice toasters are like the radio? You turn them on and they work. No pesky upgrades needed. Sometimes you have to shake out the crumbs. And that goes for the toaster, too. That wonderful smell of toast. Oh, enjoy the show.
We'll be right back with Charlotte County Speaks on News Radio 1580 WCCF.
You know, there's another Brian Regan in show business. It's a true story. He's a screenwriter, and he's really good. He wrote 102 Dalmatians and How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days and all these other good movies. But I didn't know about him. I was out on the road, and these people said, "You want to do a local TV interview?" And I'm like, yeah, that sounds good. They say, "We want to do it out in front of the movie theater." I'm like, okay. "Yeah, we want to have the 102 Dalmatians logo behind us during the interview." Okay. Does that look good on camera or something? So we're sitting in the little wooden chairs, and he goes, "So tell me about the movie 102 Dalmatians." You know, that's a lot of dogs jumping around. You know it's going to be fun. "How will 102 Dalmatians be different from 101 Dalmatians?" I'm not a math expert. I'm going to guess 3 dogs.
Got to get to the wall. There we go. Funky. News Radio 1580, 100.9 FM, WCCF. 1047 on the money here at Charlotte County Speaks. Phone lines open at 941-206-1580. Toll free, 888-441-1580. Hi, caller. You're on the air.
All right, thank you. Well, first of all, I love what's going on with Trump and everything, so that's great. But I was going to give you a little local update.
Okay.
We had Tyrese at the local Waffle House yesterday, and my sister-in-law, who's called Mama T, got a great picture with him, but everybody was excited about that.
That's
So,
cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
They had, yeah, and you mentioned Waffle House this morning, so it rang in my mind, but I think it was yesterday. Yeah, really great picture she took and, put on Facebook and stuff. But, yeah, it was pretty cool, and they said him and his crew were really wonderful.
Well, that's awesome. Good to hear. Well, thank you for letting us know
All
that.
right, well, give you a smile.
All right.
Have a great day.
You too. Appreciate that. Well, that's cool.
Who was that?
Tyrese.
Tyrese who? We love Tyrese.
Love him.
Love Tyrese.
Her too.
Yeah. Mama T.
Mama T.
Yeah. Babylon B. Federal judge declares the Constitution unconstitutional.
Yeah.
Matt Walsh the other day said, "Fire any federal." Oh, what? Yeah.
Well, no. I was just gonna. It just reminded me of the Canadian judge.
Oh, yeah.
Who ruled that that America taxpayers have to keep funding this Canadian NGO?
No. Nah.
Sorry.
You have no authority
Again,
here.
An NGO that can't survive without government funding is not an NGO.
A non-government organization.
You need to understand.
Yes. Yeah. So Matt Walsh said the other day, "Fire any federal worker who didn't answer the email. Fire anyone who complained publicly about the email. Fire anyone who complained privately about the email. Fire anyone who did anything but cheerfully and promptly answer it. Elon responded, said, subject to the discretion of the president, they will be given another chance. Failure to respond a second time will result in termination.
So there. Isn't he a baseball coach? Tyrese?
I don't know.
There's a college out. There's There's two of them.
Okay.
There's Tyrese, which is all together, or Tyrese.
Tyrese.
So, I don't know. There's also a singer, apparently.
Just in, American Airlines jet pulls out of D.C. landing to avoid collision.
Yeah,
Another
did you
one.
see that? Did you see that? It's
Yeah.
coming in for landing, and this Learjet just pulls right across the runway, so he's got to throttle up and
Sorry,
pull up.
folks, we're going up. Yeah.
Man, what is it with flying these days?
I don't know. Doesn't make me. I didn't like flying to begin with.
There was another flight that was an hour in, had to turn around and go back. Not the one where the cabin filled up with smoke. This is a different one.
Yes.
Had to turn around and go back for some unknown mechanical error.
Did I mention how much I love that Dan Bongino's going to be the deputy director of the FBI?
I love that too.
And listen to this. Dan Bongino's salary was an estimated $4.9 million in 2024.
He gave up a lot. I mean, obviously, he's got enough salted away that he can, go 4 years as FBI deputy director. But he gave up a lot to do this, folks. And I don't think people understand that.
No, they don't. His new salary will be $221,000. Pete Hegseth's salary was an estimated $2.3 million in 2024. His new salary will be $256,000. They aren't in it for the money, folks.
Yeah, and
they're in it for the love of country. These are the true, pure patriots.
Yes. Hi, caller. You're on the air.
Yes, it's me again, and
It's you
I'm
again.
totally backing that statement up too. Maybe I'm not so cool. He's the Tyrese I'm talking about. Maybe I'm saying he was the ex-wrestler who's always on.
Oh, that guy. Oh, the guy, the big guy.
giant.
Oh, that.
Yeah,
now I
he's
know who you're
giant.
talking about. I
He
thought
makes
I knew
my
you.
sister-in-law look like she's teensy. So
Yeah.
he's a pretty cool guy.
He is
So
a good
that's
dude.
why I thought you guys would appreciate that.
Yes. Now I know exactly who you're talking about now. Yeah, but
Okay.
he's just kind of come out and been.
Mike doesn't always know because he's young.
Yes, he is
Okay?
young.
Right,
Yes,
so-
he doesn't. And he was
I'm
homeschooled.
just making sure.
He was homeschooled, so there's a lot of problems with that still.
I want to know which Tyrese.
Yeah, okay. Now we know.
Yes.
Now we know. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
I appreciate for that clarification.
Very good.
Yes. Yeah, big guy. I saw that interview with him.
Yeah.
And he's a really good dude, and he's smart as a whip too.
Oh yeah.
He's got it going on.
Yes. We like him.
What do we have here? Oh my gosh, look at the time. Can you imagine this?
And now
Can't
it's
believe
time
it.
for
Random facts.
Here's a bonus one. Joanne Fabrics, rest in peace after
That's right.
82 years.
No more yarn. The crazy cat ladies
Started
are going to
in
have to go to
Cleveland.
Hobby Lobby.
At least, number one of your 5 random facts, at least 600 zombie movies have been released since 1920, and more than half of them have come out in the 21st century. Number 2, Tinder, OkCupid, Match.com, Hinge, Plenty of Fish, The League, Baby Boomer People Meet, and several more online dating services are all owned by the same company.
Of course they are. Diversity.
Number 3, Louis C.K., Matt LeBlanc, and Joe Rogan were all in the same high school graduating class. Class of 85, Newton North High School in Newton, Massachusetts. And 12 years later, Office stars John Krasinski and B.J. Novak were all both in the graduating class of 1997 at Newton South High School. Number 4, employees at Ben & Jerry's get 3 free pints of ice cream every day. They also get a free gym membership. Oh, type 2 diabetes is what they be getting right there. Finally, number 5 of your 5 random facts. The Jetsons. Meet George.
Yeah.
40 years old. Jane, 33. Their daughter, Judy, 16. That means George was either 23 or 24, and Jane was either 16 or 17 when they conceived Judy. That is a random fact, and there's all 5 of yours for today. You're welcome. Hi, caller. You're on the air.
Yeah, good morning. More good news is Kash Patel is now the acting director of the
ATF.
Anti-American Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and Children.
Yes,
Hopefully they will be getting rid of all kinds of unconstitutional regulations and staff.
Yeah, and agents. I mean, there was and
remember
still,
that video?
Well, yeah, let's go back to Eric the Coward Holder, and all the guns that got ran down to Mexico via straw purchases that they arranged and wound up killing a couple of Americans as well as several Mexican nationals. A few of them were police officers and government officials too, and nobody's ever been held to account to that. And the whistleblower got retaliated against.
And the illegal listing of Americans who bought guns by them collecting the 483s, making copies of them, that all needs to go away. Along
with the Department of Education, the ATF needs to be disbanded as well. Bunch of rat bastards, never been a good agency, always been corrupt. They've always done their best to hire the worst possible candidates for agents. So,
and get rid of the 1934 gun laws, every one of them. They're all unconstitutional.
Yes, I want my machine gun. Damn it! I want my
exactly.
I want my BAR.
Yeah,
we deserve a BAR. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate the call.
Yes. In other news, it broke yesterday, so
What's
you don't
that?
have to push the button.
Thank you.
The head of the IRS just announced his resignation.
Oh, good.
So that's good.
Yeah, I think that's funny. Everybody's worried about a Doge getting into people's private information. Well, you have
what about the NSA with this sex group chat that is looking at all of your text messages going, ooh, I like that. Really, you're worried about Elon?
Do you like the strawberries?
I do.
You like
I've enjoyed the strawberries
You
lately.
like the strawberries?
Yes.
Well, you can buy one, a single Japanese strawberry.
Yes. Is it like Wagyu?
It's $20.
Ooh.
$20.
It's American strawberry.
An influencer, a wannabe influencer on TikTok, has a video where she ate a $19 strawberry at a posh market in Beverly Hills. She says it's from Japan and, quote, apparently it's the best tasting strawberry in the world. It's a rather large, if you look at the video, it's a rather large strawberry. I mean, it is. Look at that.
I mean,
See
yeah.
that?
Yeah, that's
See that? It's a large strawberry.
Yeah.
But it's individually wrapped, comes with a little cone on it. Looks like a snow globe.
So the little wrap is worth about $5.
Yeah, it's probably, it's all of it in wrapping.
No chocolate even?
I know. It doesn't either. It's a huge strawberry. I mean, it's very big. For what it's worth, this random wannabe influencer approves of it. She said it is the best strawberry she's ever had in her whole life, which I guess says something. But
okay,
$19 for one.
Yeah.
I will never have one.
I'm good.
I will never have. I would imagine there's going to be a lot of those little snow globes with little frosty, moldy. You know when they get the little hair growing on them. It's time.
And you can't eat it anymore.
They can't eat it no more.
Hey, so an update. Remember the trans vegan cult we discussed last week?
Yes,
the Trantifa.
Yes.
Well, the suspected Trantifa murder cult leader is upset because there's no vegan food in prison.
Oh. The horror.
Yes.
The horror. Yeah. Sorry, dude. It's all meat for you.
Yeah.
Get it? Yeah.
So the apparent head of the cult-like Zizian group linked to 6 killings in 3 states told a Maryland judge last week that he, quote, I haven't done anything wrong. I might starve to death if you cannot answer me.
Okay.
Oh, well.
Maybe you should.
I need the jail to be ordered for me to have a vegan diet.
Well, I'm sorry, but weren't they murdering people?
Yeah.
So we really don't care about your vegan diet.
No. Oh, well, folks, come see my band tomorrow night at Leroy's, 8 to 11 in downtown Punta Gorda. Sunday, Cars and Coffee show in Hobby Lobby, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. And Monday, March 3rd, down at the stage of Bonita. Tuesday, March 4th, Vasani.net. That's it.
Stop it.
That's all I got.
There is some good news.
Yes.
Guy in North Carolina had a dream last week that he'd win $110,000 in the lottery. And then he woke up the next day and won exactly that amount.
Very good.
Pretty cool.
That is good news.
9-year-old in Staten Island named John Michael Pasquale had a stroke in 2023 and almost died. Probably got the jab. But 17 months later, he finally returned to school on Monday and got a very big welcome back. All the kids and teachers lined the hallway and cheered for him. Very nice. Awesome. Very good to see.
Yes.
And then we have a karate instructor took down a purse snatcher in Philly last Thursday. Woman was outside yelling for help, so he ran out, chased the guy down, gave him a kick to the leg. The guy dropped the bag and ran off. The woman said it was like a ninja. He showed up out of nowhere. God bless the ninjas.
Oh, yeah.
No word on the thief's name, but cops shared his mugshot, so they did get him. And the karate teacher is 33-year-old Stefan Venter. And he's from South Africa, but he's been living in Philly for 6 months. And he is today's hero.
There you go.
So there you go. Today's hero.
Excellent.
Why isn't that playing? Oh, that's
the button.
There you go. All right. Hey, we'll see you tomorrow.
Anybody got any more jokes? Anything funny? No? No? All right. See you, folks.
We're News Radio 1580 AM WCCF Punta Gorda and FM 100.9 W265 EA Punta Gorda.